Hello everybody, hi. So, patch notes 9.9. It's been a while since I think I did a patch notes video because I've been playing. I stopped playing for a bit and then I came back. So skins, cool. A Momo skin. That's adorable. I hope it actually looks good. Catless Atlas. Lucid Nightmare Sun Wukong. That looks fucking horrifying. This is a recolor to the Jackal one. Skins look fine, look cool. But that's not what I'm here for. No, more. Agni? What the fuck is that? What is this? Okay. Let's get into the actual shit. What the fuck is Smite Knight? They've been doing this, but I don't know what this is. So Smite Knight, week 1, joust the two of us. Milne or me and Will could do that. Be fun. And then the other stuff. I don't really care about all this shit, let's be honest. Battle Pass stuff, I, to be honest, don't really care. The Smite roadmap. As we finalize the plans of research for year 10, we have shipped some of our roadmap at the end of the year. Specifically, that means the God originally planned for the end of the year will not be launching originally scheduled. This God will be shifted further into the future, potentially pivoted to entirely different God. It may not be one of the first gods of the next year. Okay, what is the other God? Does it know? No, we don't know. We don't know. That's fine. I don't know why they really said that if we don't know that. I mean, they might have. I don't know. I don't keep up with it. The current update. And the next one, we got a new god. Highly requested character from an underpopulated pantheon. And it's a guardian. I do like guardians. Guardians are fun. Do like guardians. RuneScape crossover. What the fuck? First ever crossover is another game, one of a kind cosmetics to RuneScape, and I mean, I don't really care much for that, but that's fine. New PvP adventures mode. See, here's the thing. I be fucking with adventures. I miss some of the adventures. They were really fun. They were really fun. I really want to do the fucking what was it? The thing where you like went through the little shit and you had to get items and stuff like that. That was really fun, but you know they don't do that. Or like the search and destroy thing they did at one point, the Medusa shit, that was fun too. January update, which is the new update. So that's the end. We're gonna end with the PvP. That's actually fun at the end of the year to do in adventures because everyone kind of stops caring about the game and just is hyped for the next season. So it's nice to have an adventures mode to actually do something else other than just fucking play Conquest. You can actually like have fun playing the game doing something else. So the new god comes with the new season 10 figured. In-person world champion. So world champions is actually in July. The world championships in July. Or not July. What the fuck am I talking about? July, June. Am I stupid? Can I read? I don't. Keynote, whatever. Okay, that's fine. February is another new god. So they're doing a new god into another new god. It's kind of scary. I don't really like that, but that's fine. General. Okay. That's it? Okay, bug fixes. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really give a fuck. Game modes. Players in Masters and Grandmasters will be reset to Diamond 1 with 750 MR, 275. This will apply to rank Conquest, rank Joust, and rank Duel. No change will be made to the God leaderboard. Okay, we'll be the lower ranks. Alright. So, it looks like the only things that's getting reset is Masters and Grandmasters. By the way, there should be a space here. Conquest. Environment. Fire Giant's area has been reworked into a Polynesian-themed volcano. Players in the duo lane will also notice a new tropical beachy scene outside the map. So that's pretty much similar to how it was in Season 2, how the map looked. So, not bad. Obelisk have been rethemed to the Polynesian style. So they're doing like a Polynesian thing. Lost Knights in the Jungle have been replaced to Weary Monsters. And the offerings and the chalices have been replaced with bubbles. Alright, so they're doing like a Polynesian like environment for Conquest. That's cool. I don't mind that. Any visual changes are always fine to bring something new. Even if it doesn't affect the gameplay, it just makes it nice to look at. Like, it's different, and that's fine. Gold Fury added a pool of Furies that could spawn in 20 minutes. What? A pool of Furies. Am I dumb? Like, what the fuck is that? Is, like... Oh, it's like another thing. Standing under the allied tower and Phoenix will boost physical power and reduce damage taken. So I guess it's... Oh, it was previously Draugr's Boon. So pretty much they're putting Draugr's Boon later on in the game at Gold Fury. Does this mean they're getting rid of Gold Fury? No. It's just one of the Gold Furies. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's gonna be a different Gold Fury that allows you to just kind of protect a little easier. But I think that's fine. But most of the time, I don't think it's gonna go to the person it needs to go to. Honestly, they just need to get rid of Primal. Because Primal sucks. No one cares about Primal. Like, getting rid of Primal and adding this, I think is just cooler. Because Primal, like, it has its benefits, but overall, it's just not that useful. Like, and people waste their time getting Primal over just going for Fire Giant or Towers or other things. Like, Primal is just not good. I mean, it can help, but it's really just, like, not as good as Oni and even the regular Gold Fury. Duos camps merged into a Constable Nega Camp. The Nega Camp now drops Scepter. Okay. Scepter, Lifetime. Oh, this was the original Obelisk. This was the original Obelisk, right? Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Give me that damn Obelisk. Scores the last hit. Bro, give that to support every single time. So the support can have more damage. Oh god, but the person who gets that in duo lane when they're just beefing it out, that's so awful. Solo lane XP also have one. Replaced with the Lesser Scorpions. Okay. Did they also drop the Scepter? Or no? I'm just gonna assume that they do, but I don't think so. Power buff holder. Oh, they buffed the They buffed the red. They buffed the red. 5 damage. And then 2. What? 2 scaling for physical. They just gave physical, so it doesn't do anything for magical. Oh, magical. They gave it. No, never mind. Am I tripping? Physical power buff from 10 to 2. Minis. Are they? Oh, they're making. I'm dumb. This is like. I'm so stupid. It's gonna be easy, or they're gonna do more damage. They're buffing the actual camp itself, not the actual buff. Never mind, I'm just retarded. Let's see, physical power, based, okay. So just makes the camps do more damage, increased health. They're pretty much making the camps harder to kill, it looks like, for the most part. Except for the Void. The Void's gonna be a little easier to kill. But it has does more damage. Support is the same thing, easier to kill, more damage. It's not bad. You can get the lane a little faster. And then all these. I mean, these are just like small changes. Increase the pen. Like, it's kind of crazy because they said mages have been a bit behind the curve recently. Especially in the early game. Yeah, the early game, the mages are kind of rough. That's because everyone's just building stacks, right? Everyone's building warlocks. Like, that's why we're behind the curve. We're building warlocks, so we have to stack that up. So the early game's a little weak. But when it comes to late game, mages are not weak. So I don't I mean, it's 3 for each, which is fine, but that's just crazy to me. Okay. Decrease protection buff. Okay, so the second one's not as good, but let's be honest, this shit is still good as hell. Magi Seltzer. I haven't really used the Magi's items, like the Magi glyphs. Increase the range of the item, but I don't remember what this one does. I'll be honest, I don't remember what this one does, so I can't really tell you if this is good or bad. Heavy Executioner. Okay, this is better. It's not much faster, but it's better. Because 7.5 is just awful. Henry's calling me. Yes?
Get on Xbox.
Alright, give me 1 minute and I'll get on.
Alright.
Alright, bye. Alright, anyways. Let me continue. Yeah, but this is much better. I kind of wish it was just flat 2, but I think this is fine. Because Heavy Executioner kind of sucks. It's actually pretty fun, but it sucks. You good, cat? Why do you meow like that? Come on. Come up here, then. What do you want? Come on. Alright, or not. Alright, Sovereignty. Nerf to Sovereignty by 10. That's fine, because Sovereignty is really strong right now. It's really good. Sentinel's Gift. Increased healing persist by 3. It's fine. Increased HP 5. Benevolence. That's also fine. I feel like Benevolence, like, out of all the support ones, like Warflag and Sentinel's Gift are good in the early game. Warflag falls off kind of towards the late game, and Sentinel's Gift kind of just stays around the same. Benevolence is you have like a worse early game, and then like late game with either Compassion or I always forget the name of it, Agitation or whatever the fuck it's called. I call it different things every time. Like, they're really good. So this kind of is going to help the early game out a bit, which is fine. The problem is that like the MP5 is more of a problem with most supports because you're mostly going into Gauntlet of Thebes second, so you have a ton of HP 5 already. But it's gonna help, at least to keep your health pretty good. But your mana is still gonna suck for most characters. But that doesn't need to be fixed with this. That needs to be fixed with something else, or just be better at maintaining your mana. This one's increased health and restored by 3 too. So overall, just by 3 each one, not bad. Small buffs. Supports do kind of need a little bit help in the early game sometimes, especially when your ADC kind of throws the lane, or if you're just not paying attention. But if you're not paying attention, you should get punished. Soul Eater, this is getting nerfed, right? Increase the stacks to evolve it from 75 to 100, okay. Decrease the passive ability lifesteal from 25 to 20. So, does that mean it's taking longer to stack? This doesn't give you anything when you stack it, right? When you stack it, it just takes some time for it to get fully online. I forget exactly how Soul Eater works, but this is fine. It definitely does not nerf Soul Eater all that much. Just gets it online a little bit longer. Takes a little longer to get online. That's fine. It's honestly for the better. And then it is only healing you for 5% less is not that big of a hurt. But as long as you're building anti-heal, which everyone should be doing, this item is not as obnoxious. But this will help. Blackthorn's Hammer, this item is good. And people should build it more, but now it does 5 more damage, which people should definitely build it. Fine. Warrior's Axe getting buffed. That's good, because Warrior's Axe isn't really getting used from what I see. It's mainly like Bluestone. So yeah, and also Bluestone with Soul Eater is insane because of the HP 5 and then the healing. But Warrior's Axe, this should be good. Warrior's Axe is a weird item because it's either really good or really shit. It kind of keeps going back and forth. Breastplate of Vigilance. So just a range. Makes it bigger so that way it affects more people. That's also fine. This item, I feel like the other one tends to get used more than this one. But at least I use the other glyph more than this one. Probably should use this one more. But either way, I think it's fine. A lot of these item changes aren't significant, but you don't really need them to be. They're all kind of small. I think this is just a dumb change. I don't think this really need to happen. This one's fine because this item's broken. Both of the items that lead to this are broken. More the Manticore Spike, but that's besides the point. I don't remember what this one does, and I'm assuming the buff of it is better. So that's why this one's getting buffed. This definitely needed a buff because the other glyph is just flat out better, and you should never buy this unless you're playing like full damage Scotty, or like full damage Neath. But even then, you're just better off getting something else. This is good because Sovereignty is just super strong. All of these changes are just fine. They're not going to affect all that much. This is good for solo lane, dealing with solo lane as well as jungles that build this. Blackthorns is just an item that goes in and out the meta. It's either picked or not picked. If you pick it, it normally works out. If you don't, it's not really that big of a deal. A little bit of more damage on it's fine. This item tends to always get damaged, buffed and nerfed a lot. I think it's been 30, 35, 40 at some point, turned all the way down, then turned back up. It just gets adjusted a lot. Again, Warrior's X hasn't really been getting used that much, so this is fine. And then this one is just overall, I just don't really care. Because I just use the other one most of the time, but maybe I'll think about this more. Oh god. I see Mulan. I really hope it's a nerf. It looks like it's a buff, and that's what scares me. That absolutely fucking terrifies me. It's a buff. They're buffing. First up for this month is Warriors. Mulan has fallen behind. Yeah, okay. Oh my god, bro. Where has Mulan fallen behind? Now, I will say this. This is a fine change. I don't mind this. This is okay. Her ult fucking hurts. Like, this shit at level 1, this is just the arrow shot, so that's fine. But at level 1, that's 25 just off the arrow. Level 1, I forgot what each hit does, but I think her ultimate at level 1 does close like 400 damage, and that's not including scaling. So it does a good amount of damage. And now it's gonna do like a little bit more. This coming up even more 2 seconds earlier throughout most of the game, because you're not leveling this up first. You're not maxing this first, you're not maxing this second, you're maxing this third. So now it's going to be 14 in all ranks. I think this is just an overall just good change because now it's not at 14 at like level 19. You're actually getting it a little better, a little faster. Tara, why are you going in there then yelling? What are you doing? You're just yelling at the wall. Do you want to be pet? Then come over here. If you want to be pet, come hop on my lap, because I'm not bended down to pet you every second. Come on. Come up here. If you're not going to come up here, you're not going to get pet, because I'm not bended down there. Especially when I'm trying to do something. Okay, but Nike, you coming? Nike getting nerfed, or buffed, decreased, cooldown. That's fine. I like Nike. I haven't played Nike a lot. Nike is probably my favorite solo laner other than Hercules, or favorite warrior other than Hercules, and both Hercules and Nike just don't get enough love, or they get too much love and then they get nerfed to the fucking ground. But I think this is fine. She doesn't need much buffs or nerfs, like really ever. I think she's fine where she's at, but this is cool. Perfectly fine. Bring this to scaling to cooldown is really good. Ao Kuang? They're buffing Ao Kuang. I don't know how I feel about buffing Ao Kuang, because Ao Kuang is the type of jungler, in my opinion, that either... Tara! What are you doing? Why do you keep meowing at the wall? What do you want? Yes, finally. Okay, Jesus. Now she's on my lap. Now she can shush. Okay. But either way, Ao Kuang is the type of jungler that tends to be just picked every single fucking time. and runs games and runs metas, or he's just never really picked at all, and he might get picked every now and then to kind of like stomp a game or just be useless. So Ao Kuang's a scary character to buff and nerf because he's very much like Bakasora in my opinion, where it's just like he's either gonna run the jungle or he's gonna do absolutely nothing unless you're just overall really solid with that character. But these buffs don't seem like much. They just seem very solid. Um, just makes his chain does a little bit more damage, it looks like, and then his 3 just has a little more scaling. So his early game's not going to do too much except for his auto attacks, which is fine because his auto attacks kind of suck, considering that they're short, quick, low damage auto attack chains. And then this Wildstorm is not really going to start doing stronger damage until about mid to late game, which at that point he's already doing damage, so these won't really do anything noticeably more damage, not really. A Willix I feel like is a character that just is overall solid most of the time, but you just have to know how to play her. Duration for her passive, for longer, from 2.5 more seconds. That's fine, because I think her passive is, what's her passive? I forgot how her passive goes, but she gets like more damage for something. I forgot what exactly it is. I think it's when she's out of the fight. Her first ability or something. Something like that. Or maybe I'm getting that mixed up with Ao Kuang's. I know Ao Kuang's is similar. But that's fine. 2.5 more seconds on it is actually great. And then Gravity Surge cooldown decrease is also fine. These are nice small nerfs that don't really, or buffs that don't really like bring her super into the meta. Still just overall balanced, good changes for people who play these characters. Helps them out a bit more, which is perfectly fine. And then it's not going to make anyone who doesn't play them go and play them. Like, these are just for, both of these are just for people who play the characters now. Ne Zha. Ne Zha tends to be an all or nothing jungler. I'm going to be honest with you, Ne Zha tends to be an all around good character because he's just fucking good at everything, and they're buffing him because he can play solo, he can play jungle, he can play support. That character is dumb. And God, I love playing him support. But buffing him, I'm not mad at it. Increased damage. He is technically an all or nothing jungler though. But God, he's good. This is insane though. Increase more damage, so 20 it looks like for his sash, which is a lot of damage, especially in the early game. And then it comes up 2 seconds faster, so you can use it more frequently. This is really good, and especially for me in the support role, I think this is gonna be pretty good. And then his ultimate, increase the protections from landing. Now again, this character is used in other roles than just jungle. This is a great change for junglers. Like overall, fantastic change for junglers, so they don't just die being just landing. But for supports and solos, this is busted. Like 10 more protections when you land, especially early as a tank, is fucking incredible. You can kind of just die for free, it seems like, most likely, especially because you're most likely taking the damage guy up and you're landing, and the only person going to be hitting you is maybe 1 damage in the support. So this is going to be crazy. This ability now provides 30 protections on fire, even if missed? Even if missed or cleansed? Oh God. Oh God. No, that's stupid. Now, when cleansed makes sense, but when missed, like, if they miss the ability, they should miss the ability. They shouldn't get a benefit for being bad, right? That's so lame. That's so lame. For being cleansed, I feel like is fine, but at the same time, I also don't really like this either, because if they pretty much beads you, or you got like Geb shielded, like it should just completely wear off your ability. But I don't know. I feel like this one I'm a little more on the fence about. But this is just like a no. This just should not exist. It's the same thing where Scylla can activate her too when she's dead. Like, that it's so dumb. It's so dumb. There are just certain things that you just shouldn't be able to do. But it is what it is. Susanoo. Oh my god. Susano damage? Increase physical by 15? Well, that's on the 2, right? So the 2 does a little more damage? Alright, that's fine. Increase initial damage on the Typhoon immediately. Okay. It's actually 20 damage when firing it automatically is actually pretty good. And then fully charged is still stronger. So that's good. And then decrease the cooldown by 10. Overall, decent for Susanoo. So, you're good. Susanoo kind of needed something, because Susanoo's weird. He's good, but then he's not good, so I don't know. Okay, I don't really care about this, but that's fine. Why is this just randomly here? I don't really pay attention to these. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna forget about it when I play a non-Conquest game mode and then be just confused while I'm taking more damage or doing less damage and shit like that. The 1. Increase the damage of the 1 by 15. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't realize this did 60 damage at level 1. That's actually really low. For a mage ability, 60 damage, that's actually really low. It's on 85 now. So, it's still pretty fucking low. But, it is what it is. I think, I still like Kukulkan. I think Kukulkan's really good. The problem with Kukulkan is that, like, his 3 has a weird hitbox. Like, it feels like people should get hit by it, and they should get Whirlwind, but they don't. I don't know. I think that's more of a server tick type thing than an actual issue with the character, but that's the only issue that I have with that character. But I feel like this is fine, because his 1 in the early game does suck. But it's good. Now it doesn't suck all the way. It's probably still gonna be pretty bad, but late game it's fucking insane, because this ability has insane scaling on it. So that's why it's actually kind of low. Wow, 15 on the ult. It's actually kind of crazy. 15 on Searing Pain. That's gonna hurt. But now if you get ulted by Ra, you're pretty much dead. It just should be how it is. Vulcan no longer counts as a movement ability. Now, here's the thing. My thought process on this is hard, because I'm so used to this crippling people. Like, I'm so used to crippling a Vulcan to have him not 1 away from me or use the 1 in general, where now in my mind I'm gonna do it and then they hit me and I die, I'm gonna be pissed, because I'm like, that should have crippled him. But I do understand it, because it's not really a movement ability. So it's more of like something I'm just gonna have to get used to. I don't think it's a bad change, it's just you're changing something that's been in the game for so long that people are used to. It's gonna take a minute for people to get used to this change, but it's not bad. Now, this is just fine. I don't know. Vulcan's a weird character for me. To be honest, I don't really know how to go about these buffs and changes. I don't think they're that big of a deal. I think this is huge, but I don't think it's gonna be that important. But this I don't think is that important literally at all. Maybe except for the early game, but late game this doesn't really fucking matter. Scylla, the slow now applies for 1 second and will also apply the max strength. Okay. To be honest, I don't really know how to crush works, so yeah, sure. Ooh, a plush! I love a plush. A plush buffs. I like a plush. Increased damage tick. 70 at the end. So nothing at first, 5 here, 10 here, 15 here, 20 here. Wow. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. Fleeting Breath is actually going to tick pretty hard late game. But you don't really buff this ability first either. So you're not really getting this till later on. So I don't really know. I mean, I think this is overall pretty solid. Empty the Crypts, Revert, increase the duration again. That's fine. Because I think 5 seconds... I mean, this overall isn't that big of a deal, but it's fine. And a non-conquest balance thing. Don't really care. Water Bow. Upgrade description. It's hard, true hard CC, losing stacks. Alright, so it's just a description thing. And okay. Increase damage after the first spin. And then decrease the damage. Alright, and then gains minute. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. That's too spicy for me to comprehend. Just sure. Rama. Okay. I'm scared. Increase damage beyond the first. Okay, so behind it, they do a little bit more damage. Okay. And then okay, this is good. This is good. Five less mana per shot is super helpful. Super helpful because he does be going through mana fast as hell. So that's so much better. And then the revert, which is fine because I don't know why they reverted this. Astral Barrage is a ability that no matter in any circumstances should not ever really be nerfed. It shouldn't really be buffed. It in itself is good. It's a great ability, and it's just a fun ability in the game. Nerfing fun shit is not good. Hitting this ability is hard, especially all 3. Especially consistently. So, nerfing it was stupid. Even though it wasn't much, nerfing it was stupid. Bring it back is fine. I'm happy they're actually reverting things. A couple years ago they didn't. And then last change, Cernunnos, Kernos, whatever the fuck you say, Cernunnos. But either way, his passive, 35 instead of 25, overall okay. I think that's going to be pretty solid. This is actually going to do a lot more than people think. But I think this is good. Terra, stop meowing again. What? You were just up here, now you're meowing. What? Then Bramble Blast. Increased additional damage by 10. And then area damage by 2. Yeah, so just small buffs. I think overall that's fine. Cernunnos it doesn't really need much. It's just a slight change. Help him clear lane a little bit better. Help him clear camps a little bit better. That's fine. That's fine. I don't think it's going to do much for damage upon gods. All that much, but especially for clear. It's going to help us clear out a lot. But yeah, that's it for the patch notes. Overall, I think it's solid. I don't think it's bad. I think there are a couple changes that I feel like are just not really good, like these. And I think Naja being buffed is just dumb. But I play Naja, so I'm not mad at it. There was another one that oh yeah, the Mulan ones. I just don't see why Mulan needs buffed. So yeah, overall fine. Not gonna change the meta all that much. The meta is still pretty much gonna be the same. Some characters are still gonna be good. Some characters are still gonna be bad. Overall, you can play pretty much anything in any role. I feel like now, especially due to the Mana Core spike. So yeah, either way, I'll see you guys later.